Mr. Winters, nobody has ever explained this law to me here, and they still haven't explained this rule without a law. Nobody's explained this rule without a law to me still. It's very disconcerting, you know, to go to a law enforcement place and have rules posted but not laws, and then the laws can't be explained. It's very disconcerting, Mr. Winters.
When I first told you about 632 PC, I explained it to you, and you didn't like my explanation, so.
And it's incorrect. So
okay.
If it was 632, why is it not posted here?
I didn't make that sign. I can't speak.
Of course you can't, Mr. Winters. Of course you can't.
Do you see my name on that sign?
Of course, of
Do you
course.
see my name on
I
that
understand
sign?
about compartmentalized responsibility so that you can parse things out to fail.
Sure.
I totally
All
understand, Mr. Winters.
Okay,
I don't
take
accept
that.
it, but I understand.
Okay.
All right.
What's up?
I need a copy of whatever law gives you guys sole jurisdiction of 101 Grove, San Francisco General, 1380 Howard, 25 Van Ness, City Hall, and, you know, the buildings that you guys have got, you know, sole jurisdiction over, as I was told, which evades my San Francisco police rights, because you will not provide sheriff civil standby to go to the Department of Public Health. Is that true?
If you find the law, I guess it would be a municipal police code or.
Well, I'm sorry. You're enforcing a law that you can't provide to me?
You asked me a question, I tried to give you an
Please.
answer, you cut me off.
So
when you find the law, as you call it, the law, let me know. I don't think it's a California penal code that says we have sole jurisdiction over those sites.
you guys are the ones who've told me you have sole jurisdiction.
I can't get anything through to you because you always
Oh,
interrupt
I'm
me.
sorry. Then please explain. How can you
We
tell me
provide
one
the
thing?
law enforcement services at some of those sites. 25 Van Ness, we merely have an office in. City Hall, we provide the law enforcement services. 101 Grove, we provide the law enforcement services. San Francisco General, we provide the law enforcement services. I know UCSF works on the SFGH campus also. So, I mean, there's, you know, yeah, that's pretty much that. 1380 Howard. What do you know what the building that is?
Yes, it's the Department of Public Health, you know, access to get your health care and stuff.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with that building location.
I'm still confused.
I know we don't have anybody assigned to that.
Okay, that's fine, but I'm still confused. You've told me that you guys have sole jurisdiction. Now you're telling me there's no law?
I didn't say sole jurisdiction.
You don't have sole jurisdiction.
No, we provide law enforcement services.
So you don't have sole jurisdiction. So if I was, for example, call down to police non-emergency and ask for civil standby, those people there would not tell me that you have sole jurisdiction, correct?
I can't speak for what they'll say.
Well, would you be surprised to know that they've told me you guys have got sole jurisdiction and sent me here to get a copy of it?
I'd be absolutely shocked.
Good, because they do have told me that you guys have got sole jurisdiction, especially when I called on 218, when I went to 101 Grove, and I called 3 times for civil standby. Now, that's another matter that I want to talk to you about, because I requested those records from 101 Grove, and who is it that provides security there?
I don't know who provides security, but
You control the building.
The sheriff department provides law enforcement
services. Thank you. So the person who you know, spoke with the operator for emergency services, you know, was one of your deputies then, correct? If they're the people who provide those services there at 101 Grove?
I'm not familiar with the phone call. Was it a phone call or was it a...
There was 3 separate phone calls, and here's the records that I requested from emergency dispatch. Now, would it surprise you to know that I called and requested civil standby and they told me that you guys had sole jurisdiction? It was a Joanne Donahue, the supervisor.
Okay.
So.
I don't know her.
You don't, but you just told me 5 seconds ago you would be shocked if they told you that. I'm just telling you a supervisor just told me that. So,
okay.
So what are we going to do about this to correct this error? Or do we just let it proceed?
I don't see that there's any error.
Well, no, you just told me you don't have sole jurisdiction. They told me you did, so there's an error. Correct or incorrect?
Semantics, I believe.
Oh, so being told 2 different things that are contradictory and diametrically opposed is semantics as opposed to an error. Thank you for pointing that out for me and the YouTube audience.
Okay,
all right,
going with this?
We're going very close. The officer who called, who was the sheriff's officer, told them, you know, that I was basically code 800. Can you tell me what code 800 is?
I don't know what code 800 is.
It means mentally unstable when I called and asked them.
Okay.
So I would like to know why your officers are slandering me, going in seeking services, denying me my civil standby when I call for the police department, you know, and where I can go press charges against this officer for having, you know, called me mentally unstable. Would we like to look into this, or would you like to wash your hands of this like what happened with the officer on 8/15/2012?
Are you asking me to look into that and investigate a deputy?
Because you'll send me to 25 Van Ness that will not take my complaints behind closed doors with me videotaping because it's rigged. Yes, I already know the rig procedure you'll set me into.
I can't look into that and investigate a deputy. You have to take it down to 25 Van Ness, where they will happily take your complaint. But yes, you are correct. You cannot take a video camera back there, but they will allow you to tape record the.
But they won't send somebody out with my ADA condition for me to videotape and give me access and accommodation by sending somebody out. Sir,
The need of a video camera?
That is
Not
correct.
an ADA.
That is, are you a doctor?
I sat in a meeting where the ADA expert told you that a video camera is not the ADA.
That ADA expert was incorrect.
Okay.
That's correct, sir.
Yeah,
That's
I
correct.
think she's pretty well versed in what she's talking about.
Oh, really? Did I get the help? Obviously, she wasn't pretty well versed in what you were talking about. Thank you. The videos are on YouTube. Thank you. So now where do I go to press charges, police charges, against this officer who slandered me?
You could take it over to Northern Station.
Okay. And is this normally the operating procedure is for officers to slander people so that they don't get their rights?
Okay. So if I could finish on the
Please.
last question, you could take over Northern Station because this is the jurisdiction of Northern Station. So if you want to file a criminal complaint against a deputy, you can either take it to 25 Van Ness or you can take it to Northern Station. Those are your two options.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I just want to come in and ask these questions. Now, the thing about sole jurisdiction, you're telling me there's no law.
Not that I'm aware of.
All right. And you won't, and to this day, you still won't walk me across the street to provide civil standby for the Department of Public Health.
No.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. I will continue to come in and request what's, you know, legally available, and I've been illegally denied, and I'll continue to put it on YouTube for everyone to see. Thank you. Have a nice day. God bless. I shall. So, there we go. They can call you names. They won't follow up. Oh, it's just beautiful. But that's okay. I'll go back to the officer and once again ask, you know, for the integrity, everything else. Oh, did you get the part about their ADA expert, you know, having told me everything? If you look at the tapes, you know, you'll see what she told me. You'll see where I told her I was incorrect. And you'll see where I was given no help. So let us continue with this ruse. Just because somebody tells you something doesn't mean they are right.